Hello, my dear brothers and sisters, and I warmly welcome you all to a new episode. Before we move ahead with today's story, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you never miss a notification. Now, let's begin today's case. In Agra's Shastripuram A block, businessman Udit Bajaj, a resident of Bhavnama colony, arrived at the Sikandra police station on the night of June 7, 2023 at 9 p.m. He was extremely anxious. He informed SHO Anand Kumar Shahi that his wife was missing. Udit reported that his 40-year-old wife, Anjali Bajaj, had gone to the Vankandi Mahadev temple near Yamuna for worship at 3 p.m., but had not returned home. Her phone was also switched off. Upon receiving the information, the police registered a missing persons report. Given the seriousness of the case, they started searching for Anjali that very night. SHO Anand Kumar Shahi and his team reached the temple and searched every corner, but there was no trace of Anjali Bajaj. Udit Bajaj ran a shoe thread business in Agra. He had a shop in Sanjay Palace. His family consisted of his 15-year-old daughter, Kanchan, and his elderly parents. The next day, police interrogated Udit Bajaj. He revealed that he had gone to the temple with his wife by car. Meanwhile, his daughter Kanchan had also left the house. She called him, saying she was standing on the highway near Amaru Jala in Sikandra and needed a ride home. Leaving his wife at the temple, Udit went to pick up Kanchan. On the way, Kanchan called again, saying she had already reached home and even spoke to her grandmother. When Udit returned to the temple, his wife was missing. Assuming she had gone home alone, he rushed back, only to find that Anjali was nowhere to be found. Her phone remained switched off. After waiting until the evening, he went to the police station to report her disappearance. The following day, June 8th, the police received a call. A man reported that a woman's body was lying in the jungle near Vankandi temple. Upon reaching the location, police found the temple near the Yamuna, about 700 meters away from the river. Deeper inside the jungle, approximately 900 meters from the temple, a woman's corpse was discovered near a drain in a pit. Since Udit Bajaj had filed a missing report, the police matched the body with the provided details. The body was identified as Anjali Bajaj. Kanchan, who was busy connecting the links, had her phone seized by the police. She had deleted the chats and call history from her phone, and the police were recovering them. For questioning, the police took Kanchan to the station. As the investigation progressed, everyone was stunned. Upon hearing the news of the incident, Udit's elderly parents were shaken. His grandfather and grandmother were worried about their granddaughter. A sudden earthquake had shaken the happy family. No one knew what to do next. Everyone was praying that Kanchan would not turn out to be part of a sinister plot. If that happened, their son Udit would be left all alone. The husband and wife had big dreams for their daughter. Businessman Bajaj's wife Anjali had died due to excessive blood loss. The post-mortem report revealed that Anjali had been stabbed in the chest and abdomen. This led to the conclusion that Anjali had tried to defend herself from the murderer. During this, she had sustained injuries. In the initial investigation, the police wondered why Anjali had gone to the jungle after visiting the temple. To investigate, the police extracted her phone records and chats. They found that Anjali's daughter had sent a message stating she was with her friend near Mahadev temple in the jungle. This led Anjali to search for Kanchan in that jungle. The police suspected that Anjali's daughter had some involvement in the murder case or was being blackmailed. The police retrieved the call details from the phones of Kanchan and her mother. It was discovered that on June 7th, Kanchan had called her mother Anjali and another number 47 times between 2 p.m. and 3:56 p.m. The police realized there was something Kanchan was trying to hide. SHO Anand Kumar Shahi suspected that Kanchan had sent her mother to the murderers. The police extracted the call records of Prakhar Gupta, Kanchan's lover. They wanted to know where he was on June 7th. The report revealed that Prakhar was in Agra until noon on June 7th, after which his phone was turned off. The police learned that when Anjali arrived at the temple with her husband and went missing, during this time, Prakhar Gupta's phone was not present, but another number was found near the temple in the jungle. This meant that both Anjali and the unknown mobile's location were at the same place at the time of the incident. The two phones were connected to the same tower. The police investigation revealed that the number belonged to Shilu from Kasganj's Gandundwara. It was discovered that he was Prakhar Gupta's friend. Shilu's phone had Prakhar Gupta's number. While Anjali thought her daughter was sending her location, she was actually led to weapons. The police raided Shilu's house, but he was not found. After the preliminary investigation, the police started looking for Kanchan's lover, Prakhar Gupta. He had gone into hiding. On the night of Friday, June 9, 2023, the police arrived at his house. When asked about Prakhar, his mother said that he had left 3 days ago to go to Kedarnath. This deepened the police's suspicion, as his location was in the city until noon on June 7th. After this discovery, the police used surveillance to trace Prakhar. With leads, teams were sent to Uttarakhand and Delhi. The case of Anjali's disappearance and the subsequent murder unfolded like a suspense movie. Cunning Prakhar Gupta had done thorough research before the murder on how the police catch criminals and how to evade them. After deep deliberation, a high-tech conspiracy was plotted. From the bike's number in a photo, the police obtained information about Prakhar and his address. Then the links started connecting. The police began to make arrests. It took 3 days for the police to uncover the conspiracy behind the murder. On June 11th, police arrested 21-year-old Prakhar Gupta near Kandari. When the police started questioning him, he said, "The police turn a rope into a snake. They trap the innocent. The court asks for evidence." Hearing this from the murderer stunned the police. Rather than fearing the police, Prakhar seemed to dominate them. He began making up false and true stories and blaming the police. "We'll talk in court," he kept saying. He said, "Where are my fingerprints, my location, and the murder weapon? If you have evidence, show it." He had become like Ajay Devgan in the film Drishyam in front of the police. After this, the police changed their tactics and brought Prakhar's mother and younger brother in front of him. They said, "Your mother and brother will also go to jail." Hearing this, Prakhar broke down. He admitted, "I killed Anjali. She didn't do anything. She had just called me to talk. I was with Shilu at the time of the incident." Kanchan also started defending Prakhar. She claimed that Shilu was the one who killed her mother. Shilu then confessed that he knew Prakhar and had called him from the village. "We both killed her together, and Kanchan was also involved. Prakhar and his girlfriend both were lying." When the police presented evidence, Prakhar confessed to killing Anjali. Prakhar said, "Yes, I killed Anjali Bajaj. What could I do? Her love was slipping away from me. My dreams were shattered. They found out that Kanchan and I were close, so if I hadn't killed Anjali, she would have sent me to jail under the P-Ho-Si-So Act. Even though Kanchan kept saying in court that she loved me, I still would have gone to jail because a minor statement doesn't hold weight." He told the police that he had taken help from his friend Shilu from the village for the murder. Before the murder, he and Shilu had drunk alcohol to muster the courage. Prakhar was sure that the police wouldn't be able to hold him as a suspect because he had covered his tracks. He had installed Instagram and WhatsApp on Shilu's phone to send messages to Anjali, knowing that the police would trace his mobile's call details and find different locations for him and Kanchan. Prakhar knew that even if the police checked his Instagram profile, there would be nothing to find. He had created a second profile for communication, which the police wouldn't trace easily. His mother was shocked when she heard all of this from him. She had believed that Prakhar couldn't commit such a crime. Seeing her son confess in front of her, she said, "Prakhar, you've ruined everyone's lives. I raised you better than I could afford. If you had loved someone, you should have told me. No one becomes a criminal for love." The police arrested Shilu from Ganjdandwara, and they confronted him and Prakhar. They recovered the knife, the bike, and the blood-stained scarf from the murder scene, all thanks to the identification from the accused. The shocking story of Prakhar Gupta also became a revelation. Originally from Kasganj, Uttar Pradesh, Prakhar had been living in Agra for years with his mother and younger brother. They had rented an apartment in the Dial Bagh area. Prakhar's grandfather had been killed due to an old enmity, and his father, Vishnu Ratna Gupta, had also been jailed for murder. He was killed after being released in 2013 when Prakhar was only 11 years old. His mother worked in a company at Sanjay Palace in Agra, and Prakhar had only studied up to the 12th grade. At the age of 21, he insisted on starting a business, and his mother bought him a 2 lakh rupee bike. Kanchan's parents, the Bajaj couple, had enrolled her in a private school, and Anjali paid great attention to her daughter's education. Police investigations revealed that Kanchan had a friend at school named Kushal, who had introduced her to Prakhar. However, Prakhar had lied about his background, claiming he was a student at Delhi University, went to the gym, and had a farm at home, which impressed Kanchan. Soon after, Prakhar started dropping Kanchan to school on his expensive bike, and they became close. In January 2023, Kanchan secretly went out with Prakhar, which caused a confrontation with her mother, Anjali. Anjali checked her phone and found photos of her daughter with Prakhar. She scolded Kanchan and warned Prakhar to stay away from her daughter. For about a month, Prakhar and Kanchan could only communicate secretly. About 20 days before the murder, Anjali became aware of their ongoing communication. She confronted Kanchan, who confessed that Prakhar loved her. Anjali, troubled by the inappropriate photos she found, became increasingly concerned about her daughter's future. She warned Kanchan that she would send Prakhar to jail under the POCSO Act if things didn't change. Kanchan told Prakhar about the threat, and he became desperate. Fearing jail, he devised a plan to kill Anjali. He sought help from Shilu, and they began plotting the murder. Kanchan, on June 7th, went to a park near her home, told her mother she was going with her boyfriend, and sent a fake location to mislead her. At the park, Prakhar hid and texted Kanchan to send her parents away from the location. Once Anjali was alone at the temple, Prakhar and Shilu ambushed her. They brutally attacked her with a knife. After the murder, they disposed of her body in a pit. When Anjali's husband, Udit, arrived at the temple searching for his wife, Prakhar told Shilu they should also kill him, but Shilu was too scared to commit 2 murders. The 2 of them fled the scene. After Anjali's murder, Prakhar planned to also kill Udit to gain control over Kanchan and her family's wealth. He convinced Kanchan that after completing her education, they would marry and start a big business together. Kanchan, however, continued to defend him, despite knowing he smoked and drank alcohol. During police interrogation, Kanchan admitted her relationship with Prakhar, and she was sent to juvenile court. Prakhar was taken into custody, and the police discovered that he had invested in cryptocurrency and lost money. They also found evidence of exploitation, including photos on his phone. The police investigation revealed that Prakhar had used various tactics to manipulate Kanchan and other girls. After the tragic loss of his wife, Udit Bajaj is now dealing with the reality of his daughter's involvement in her mother's murder. Meanwhile, Prakhar's manipulative and dangerous behavior has been fully exposed.